this is it. The last several thousand steps of our Te Araroa adventure. As we approached the end, we started to get overwhelmed with the feeling. It wasn't quite elation, nor was it depression, but with each step towards the finish line, it became more and more clear. In this episode, we wrap this bad boy up, take a look back, and open up about how we truly felt. We hope you relax. You know what that means. A glass of wine, your favorite easy chair, and of course, your favorite TA trampers playing on your home entertainment center. So go on, indulge yourself. That's right, kick off your shoes, put your feet up, lean back and enjoy our misery. After all, commiseration soothes even the saltiest comments in the chat.
I'm hurling on to you. I'm hurling on to you. I'm hurling on to you.
Hello there. So spoiler alert, we did not do the Richmond Ranges. There are important reasons to us why we skipped it.
Yeah, so basically what happened was once we finished Nelson Lakes, we took a couple of days off in St. Arnaud, and the day before we were to start the Richmond Ranges, we looked at the forecast and it was not looking good. So I think the Richmond Ranges we were estimated like 11 days, and it was supposed to be raining at least
majority of it.
at least 7 days of that,
And the amount of rain was 3 times worse than our worst day of rain.
Yeah, so we were not enthused about it, and we were already beat down mentally and physically from doing the Nelson Lakes and hiking in rain almost the entire time.
Yes, and knowing we would have more intense elevation gain and just in general, it was going to be a hard section.
Yeah, and then on top of everything, we couldn't delay any longer because we had committed to house sitting, which is how we've been able to, or one of the reasons why we've been able to, take a sabbatical and not be at work for over a year.
House sitting's great.
Yeah, recommend it for sure.
And so we were like, okay, if we were to wait for a stretch of good weather, we would need to leave immediately back and come back to Queenstown.
And we would have been pushing it, and that's the biggest thing was once we make a commitment, we do our best to stick with it. We obviously aren't perfect, but we don't want to leave anybody hanging to dry. So all of that stuff went into our decision. You can call us whatever names you think of. But in the end, we're very happy we didn't do it.
A part of me felt like, okay, this is a loss that we've been preparing for the whole time, knowing that was going to be the hardest section, and really most of them were hard, in my opinion. But we knew that would be the most challenging for multiple reasons, and there was like this loss, but I didn't feel that like grief really. I don't know what word to use because we had so much to gain. So we looked at the weather, looked at all these different options. We decided to do the Queen Charlotte and the TA officially and our TA. And then we got to see parks in New Zealand that we've been wanting to see but haven't seen.
And we wouldn't have been able to do that if we delayed or like try to jam the Richmond Ranges in.
Right.
So we got to see Milford Sound, Mount Cook,
Abel Tasman.
Drove up and down the West Coast, and we really enjoyed our time.
Did short hikes, and it was great. It was great to end hiking on a better note. That was good advice. One of our friends, fellow TA hikers, said is like want to end it on a nice note.
You want to feel good, and not just be completely worn out and sad.
Yeah, and so after we spent a week in Wellington, and then we did the road trip and got to see the parks that we just talked about, and so it felt like that was part of the hiking, the TA experience for us. Instead of doing the Richmonds, we got to do that. And it was a decision, it was a well-informed decision given the section we did just before the Richmond Ranges. So I think that helped, like knowing what we really felt our limits in that section, the Nelson Lakes.
Yep. So just wanted to let you know in case anybody was wondering where that footage is of us.
Where's this 11-day section?
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist for us.
We hitchhiked around it.
We did. And we don't have any regrets.
No.
So hike your own hike. Don't worry about people's expectations.
Yeah.
And we're glad we did it.
Yep. Okay.
We're glad we didn't do it, I guess.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Hiker and hike.
Cracking my neck in the consulate line while a homesick American flies.
We are at Ship Cove right now, heading to Camp Bay campsite. We have nearly empty backpacks, which is awesome because there's a water taxi service. So we have these kind of broken like duff we are borrowing from the hostel, which is really awesome of the owner. Filled it with like the other clothes we don't need, food we are not eating today, so that's pretty sweet. Be a nice cruisy hike compared to the other ones we've had. How are you feeling about it?
Good.
Me too. Here we go. Track's been pretty nice.
And actually walk side by side.
Yeah. We're not used to walking side by side, so we haven't been.
Been in a plantation that isn't super edges.
No. It's nice. It's rocky, but it's like, oh my god, my ankles, our feet can be side by side. And there's some downs. That's pretty sweet. And you get these really cool glimpses to the water. See ya. What you doing? Trying to record me singing. Did you get anything?
And I get homesick before I go away. I get homesick before I go away. Before I go away. Before I go
Hello.
It's our last day. Which feels
Last
crazy.
trail day. We've been on the Queen Charlotte for the last 2 days,
Yeah.
and we have one left. We just have to make it in time for the
Taxi.
water taxi to pick us up. So it's been a trip.
It really has. I would say for me, my past self from 2 days ago is don't have high expectations. The way you end the trek doesn't reflect the trek, but it's also very TA, ending on a TA note. Have a lot of a big distance each day.
Yep, lots of ups and downs.
A lot of ankle pain and foot pain I wasn't expecting from the Queen Charlotte. But I'm like, that's the TA. We're ending on a very TA note. We're ending on a rainy day.
Mm-hmm.
Glasses are starting to fog in.
Yeah, and no camera today. Don't want to get it wet.
So we're like, this is an accurate way to end it. Might not be sunshine and daisies, but it's accurate. We have a hotel room for the night. So
And tomorrow we head to Wellington.
3 night thirst.
Pretty crazy.
Which will be it's gonna be wild.
Any last words?
Hmm.
Oh, it's not really last words, but first words of the day.
First words of the last day.
Yep.
Create your own sunshine. And yeah,
Try not to die.
don't have too much high expectations.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
All right. Sarah is going to demonstrate the 10-mile dance for us.
Here's your 10-mile dance. One of us, usually Jeff, is the one. It's like this. And then I'll do the 0. And I switch directions. And then we just kind of move around however.
Beautiful.
That's our last 10-mile dance of the TA.
So every time we get to 10 miles on the trail, we do that dance. And that was the last one.
Last
2 miles to go.
Oh, 2 miles left. Pretty stoked.
Boop. So Sarah had an incident. The bag she was carrying that the boat toted up to the campsites for us fell off her pack. Well, way down there. She's doing a good job getting it. She's a good person. She says she's happy there's no snakes.
We were little with Robin Williams and the kids played a game and it took them
Jumanji?
yeah,
Sarah couldn't think of Jumanji.
Can you lend me a hand?
It's over. It's finally. It's over.
We started February 12th. We walked here from Bluff.
What day is today?
Hitches and stuff here and there. I have no idea. Technical difficulties.
April 18th.
April 18th! We're done!
We're done. This godforsaken trail.
Feels good. I might have already said this, but I know we just finished, but I don't think we'll suffer from trail depression.
Quite the opposite. Post-trail elation.
Oh my god. And it didn't pour down on us.
Nope. All right. Till next
The
time.
TA gods are kind to us too.
Jeez.
I be like, sheesh, sunset on the beach. Make me wanna pull up on Miami with the heat.
Amazing.
It feels really good to be here.
So, just want to celebrate.
Got some bubbles. Ready? We gotta make this fast.
Try to tell them to join us, and if they don't, they'll be sorry. No time to be addy hating. It's history in the making. I'm loving all the options, despite everything that they're saying. My mama proud as she ought to be. Elton John keep on calling me, but even if he didn't, she still think we hit the lottery. Don't need diamonds to be gold. I'm so shiny, I'm like gold. You just gotta let it show. Run it back and let's reload. I be like, sheesh, sunset on the beach. Make me wanna pull up on Miami with the heat. I don't know about you, but I know about me. Summertime in Florida, catch me sliding on the keys.
Yeah, I'm sliding. My looks could kill they violent. Look at me, I'm the captain and pilot. I'm on an island private. Don't ask me what the vibe is. I can't define it, can't even put that shit down and write it. Yeah, sunshine, 24/7 clouds floating. Wait, is this heaven? Didn't even die to get here, yeah. Looking from the top, it's so clear, yeah. Everything I need is right here, yeah. Everything I know, need diamonds to be cold. I'm so shiny, I'm like gold.
Hello there. We have finished the trail. We have been in Queenstown for a few weeks right now. It's been about a month since we finished.
Yeah.
And you might see a little pup coming in and out of the frame. We've been house sitting this dog for a few weeks.
It's been nice.
Yes, it's
in
been really
Queenstown.
awesome. So I would say, for looking back on how we felt about the trail,
Yeah.
we had mixed feelings.
Mixed feelings depending on the day, variety of reasons we'll get into.
Yeah, so it's not all bad. It's not all hunky-dory.
Yes.
Unfortunately, there's probably more bad than good, though. And to this perspective, like we never want to like put the trail down or like talk too much bad about it. We just want to be honest on how we felt.
And part of that for us might have been because we've had years of built up expectations, trying to keep it realistic, preparing for the trail, but there's just no way to, for us, it feels like there's no way to cramp those expectations into this realistic box.
Yeah. and we've been with the trail's been in the back of our minds for over 7 years. And so I don't know how it's possible to not have high expectations for something you've been looking forward to for that long.
And we prepared physically too, but there was just portions of the trail that doesn't have certain features like we're used to, like switchbacks. We were going directly up a lot of mountains, and
it's not like we didn't know this going in. Like we watched plenty of videos, read plenty of articles, knew all about the wet trails, the straight up mountains, but I guess the consistency of just being beat down by these trails was the hardest part of completing it, for
it's
sure.
like back home, trail legs is a common phrase of like once you develop physically and you find a rhythm, you know, you can get through the sections.
Yeah, and like you you actually start enjoying what you're doing. And for this, like physically, I think we were fine. There wasn't any mountains that we were just like not able to climb or anything like that. It was just the constant wear down of whether the trail conditions,
Weather,
vegetation that it just like cuts you up and or tries to push you over a cliff. Just like things like that, and it's just constant, and it just constantly wears you down.
it's
a
hard
grind.
for us to have a consistent rhythm.
Yeah.
Of feeling bearable.
We talked about like, what percentage we would consider good days. I think I said 10% and
15, 20.
She's a little more optimistic than I am, I guess.
That's true. And we, like, one person said it best. You can have the best day of your life and the worst day of your life happen the same day within a few hours apart.
But I mean, looking back to like, I don't regret it. I don't regret doing the trail at all. I'm happy that we did it, but there was never, since we finished, there's never been a point where like I feel depressed about being done. I've never gone like, oh man, I wish we could like go back there. There's probably like little parts here and there, but and we enjoy hiking and enjoy being in New Zealand. It's just a weird feeling, and I will definitely say we did not expect to feel this way at the end when we went into it.
Totally did. We were convinced we would have trail depression, and right after we finished, I was like, I told Jeff, I don't think I'm gonna have trail depression. And really within that first week, I did really start missing, like deeply missing aspects of the trail, and I still do. And I feel like I'm still figuring out a balance of technology and nature and being outside and enjoying the amenities of inside. And our routine has looked very different multiple times after the trail, so that's been an adjustment as well. But I really miss the simplicity and having that set routine, waking up, hiking all day, moving all day. Like there's medicine and movement, and I miss those aspects, and like just hearing birds all the time and not hearing cars, and being by streams and taking river dips. Like that was really awesome. So I miss that simplicity. I miss walking hours every day. I could walk forever every day, but you can't realistically do that. We need to apply for jobs. We need to like do all that fun stuff. Get
back in the real world at some point. So yeah, I think, I don't know. I would not tell anybody don't do it. But I would tell people that it's not for everyone.
We would caution, like we would ask them, what experience are you looking for?
Recommend it, but with an asterisk.
Yeah.
And so I guess too. So
especially for a first through hike.
What I would recommend somebody to do if they're dead set on doing the TA is like make your own trail, hike your own hike.
That would be our huge recommendation. So like replacing sections with with different ones that interest you.
So we've met a hiker who actually did this. So he hiked the whole South Island, went back home for a month, and then
he hiked the whole North Island.
Oh yeah, sorry, the whole North Island. And he came back, or he went home for a month and came back to finish the South Island, and kind of just like thought about his experience and how he make it better. And so he picked all the different trails that he wanted to do and how to stitch them together, and really took his time and like, tried to enjoy it rather than just kind of like force marching yourself through this like intended path to kind of get through private land and where you can't camp. And
because at the end of the day, you should hike your own hike. So it's like, do you want to hike? Do you want to be a purist for the TA because that's important to you, or do you want to do that because you feel like there's pressure to do that when you tell people you're doing a through hike? So if you want the community, we would say go the popular direction, NoBo, if you really want to be amongst all the other through hikers. But if the trail conditions are really important to you and you don't want to, especially if you're flying from far away and you don't want to miss out on parks in New Zealand, then we would suggest replace those sections that you think you would not enjoy, or you got insight from people. There's so many factors that go into those decisions, and replace it and make your own TA, and you won't miss out on some of the parks that interest you, because we'll get into more details in another video why we had to skip a section due to weather conditions, but we had more time to see parks that we really wanted to see, and that was so nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. So for pros and cons, if you're dead set on doing the TA, what I would do to go back in time and do it for the whole thing is do Sobo on the North Island and flip flop and go NoBo on the South Island, because I think just the trail, the way it's set up, it was much better to end with Queen Charlotte and like once your strengths build up to tackle the Richmonds and Nelson Lakes, and
so you're building up to those sections, and then you can take a nice ferry ride to Wellington.
Yes, that's a great place to recover once you're done. And it's honestly, I think it would be a little anticlimactic to end in Bluff. Bluff.
We have the epic water. You could go to Stewart Island.
That's true.
A lot of people do that, but we have heard multiple people say that is the benefit of a NoBo hiker. Yeah. So ending in Queen Charlotte versus road walking and ending. I mean, you're walking beside the road.
It's a 20-mile road walk from Invercargill to Bluff. So if you enjoy that, then great. Yeah. I think then just do Sobo the whole way. But don't be afraid of like making your own trail, hiking your own hike, and there's no. And what we kept telling ourselves is like, there's no money award. There's no.
We're not getting paid for this.
And there's no reason to put yourself through unnecessary toil and pain whenever you don't have to.
And if someone gave that advice, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't even know if we would follow it.
If we would have followed it, because we're in that mind of like, through hike, like we're going a different direction, but sticking to the trail for the most part. But now that we've done it, we would tell our past selves, look, trust us.
Yeah. And we were
change it up.
We were pretty dead set on following the TA like step for step, and like in my head I was like, road walking will be fine, and after day one I was like, no, this isn't fun at all. I don't know why anybody would want to do this.
It's harder in some ways. Easier for obvious reasons, but also a lot harder because it's just that consistent pressure, and when you're on rocks it's an odd massage because the pressure's well distributed. You're not hitting the same place of your foot every single step over. So we'd be like, hike your own hike, make it your own. And then also other expectations we had from watching videos online is like trail depression, and it's really nice to talk to friends we've made on the TA that were like, I don't have trail depression, I actually have trail PTSD. Yes.
And so we've gone through and like watched some of the videos that we took, and it's like it's easy to like remember those feelings as you're going through it. And once again, most of it was bad, but the good parts are really, really good. And like seeing the time, like the videos of the friends we've made, and seeing like the beautiful scenery and stuff, it is pretty magical.
And I would say seeing the challenges we were able to accomplish, that's a huge benefit of doing a mission like this. It's like, oh my gosh, look what we did, look at what we hiked, look at what our bodies did, and seeing that. There's videos of me smiling when we got to the top of a summit. Yeah. It was awesome.
What's the point of climbing a mountain if you can't like look around and enjoy it? And then the flip side of the coin, a lot of the TA, you don't have the ability to stop and enjoy it because either bad weather's rolling in,
or the way the huts are spread out, it feels like you have to race to the next hut.
So you have to get in your miles to get to where you can sleep, because once again there's a lot of private land on the TAs that you can't put up a tent anywhere, which is completely fine. And we knew that going into it.
Or if you are in public land, it's like, we're not near a water source, so you have to space it out. And so it did made for a lot of difficult days. So we would I feel like there's this pressure of following, when you do a through hike, of really following the trail, but we would say like, grab that marker and just mark it up. Do what you want to do, and it's easier said than done. It's easier having the hindsight, but we would totally suggest people really ask what you're wanting out of this and make it your own hike.
And if there's enough interest from anybody watching this, like, we'd be more than happy to give advice on what we would do going back, because we have spent a lot of time in this country, and have been around for a bit
Yeah.
and seen quite a few parts. I won't say we've seen all of it by any means, but
No, there's so much to see.
we at least have a pretty good idea of how we would change it if we could go back
Yeah.
in time. So feel free to send us a message on whatever
And
whatever
we're-
this is on.
And I think we're both happy that we've spent more time in New Zealand after the hike to just decompress, but also see what we want to see and just leave on a good note.
Yes.
And savor our time here before leaving. To summarize on trail depression, Jeff has none. I have a little.
That is a very, very good way to put it. I am so happy to be back indoors and being able to be on my computer, play with my phone.
And I'm like, it's too much. I need to go walk.
I don't have
in the
enough
trees.
stimulation.
I'm like, this is all too much.
So yeah, it's been an interesting ride. We hope
It has.
we hope you've enjoyed these videos. Maybe they're somewhat informative.
Yeah.
We kind of just made them for ourselves.
For us to look back and it's been helpful to like articulate the experience too. So that's a big reason to make these videos and write about it.
Yeah, and honestly, I would advise anybody else who's planning on doing a big journey like this to try to document as much as you can, because it's so easy to forget looking back.
And because we've done trips together and individually where, we took a lot of pictures, and you look at the pictures and you forget some of the details that make that grand story. And so this really helps keep the story alive for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cheers.
We hope that you admire the story too.
Yeah.
We got something out of it.
Hopefully. All right. See you guys later.
Bye.
Okay.
I know that you've been lonely, and I've been losing my mind, hurtling down the highway in this 40 corner line. But everything's alright now, babe, more than you know. We drive all night down, 'cause I'm coming home. Yeah, it's alright now, babe, more than you know. We drive all night down, 'cause I'm coming home to you. I'm hurling home to you. I know you've waited for me, and I've been loyal to my heart. 10,000 miles, baby, can't tear our love apart. Everything's alright now, babe, more than you know. We drive all night down, 'cause I'm coming home. Yeah, it's alright now, babe, more than you know. We drive all night down, 'cause I'm coming home to you. I'm hurling on 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 to you.
Okay. Yep. We'll take this off.
Okay.
Nacho.
No, no.